Hi. Am I heard, my darling? Oh, ads are over. Awesome. So we can just move over here then. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello, 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 hello there. Hi. Wait, let me do this because I'm trying to adjust something real quick. Does this make sense? Okay. Yes, I think it does. Hmm. Am I weird? I can't even tell. Anyways, hi. Hello there. Can you hear me? Can you? Ah, there we go. I suppose you can. Hi, everybody. Kaboom. Okay, let's catch up on chat. First, biscuit. Second, sentient being. And third, shy butterfly. Oh my god, I love that lineup. That is a goated lineup indeed. Yes, indeed. I love that lineup so much. And guys, I didn't even like see it until we started stream, but we reached our follower goal 3 hours ago of 400. So thank you for 400 followers on Twitch. Thank you for 400. Hello, everybody. Okay, what else am I missing? Thank you for the dailies. Hades. Hi, Hades. And Biscuit. And Biscuit, thank you for the 10 streak. Oh my god. That's awesome. Okay, let's see what y'all have been saying. Lucy. Hi, Hades. Hi, Biscuit. Hi, Senti. Hi, Shine. Hey, yo, 400. Yes, 400. 40, Lucy, not 10. 40? How did my eyes not see this? 40 stream streak? I need to fix my soundboard so I can applaud you guys. You have 40 sound.
I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
I can't. I am legally blind. I am legally blind. I am sorry. Congratulations, Hades and Biscuit. But holy fuck, 40. That makes me so emotional. Thank you. Thank you for the support. That's so great. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it, guys. Holy freakity fluck. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. Like, you don't know it, but that is a lot. Oh, wait, you do know it, actually. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Just 20 more to go? Are you aiming for 60? That would be awesome. Sorry for the yawning. I have had a day, let me tell you guys. I have had quite the day. I woke up quite early because I was expecting a package. Right? Not the... Listen, I don't... Guys, please don't make me ban 6-7. Please. Please don't make me ban 6-7. How's the sleep schedule going, Lizzie? Actually, went well yesterday. I succeeded yesterday, so I'm very happy. I had to succeed yesterday because today was super busy. I succeeded last night is what I mean by yesterday. I slept well. Yippee. I had such a busy day ahead of me, so I had to sleep well. So see, first of all, right, I needed to... Wait, why did I forget my words? Oh, yeah. So I was expecting a package. Yes, me Lucy Mama came through again with care packages. So she had sent us... You guys, I think I don't tell you enough the sizes of these care packages. They're huge, right? They're big enough to package a mini oven or a large microwave. They're large, right? They're large. They're huge. And she started off first by sending us just one, right? From the very moment we landed here, like I think as soon as we got like an actual apartment, right? Because so about 4 years, 5 years in, okay, no, 4 years, 3 years in this country, she sent us our first care package. It was just one, nothing too crazy, you know, nothing too ridiculous. She sent us one. She sent us one the next time. She sent us one the next time. And she has this uncanny ability to figure out when the stuff is running out, because she sends one as soon as the last one is just about to run out, right? The last shipment. So she sent 2 after the first 3 times, legitimately sent 2. And now she sent 3 huge ones. They're almost as big as like Milu's new table, speaking of which. So I had to get up super early because they were supposed to come in yesterday. They landed here in my country that I live in on Monday, and they called me and they were like, oh, we want to deliver these packages, will you be home? And I was like, yeah, I'll be home. And they're like, okay, awesome. So I waited for them, you know. I was like, okay. They said that they will be delivering it around this time, only for them to disappoint me. Yeah, they did disappoint me. So I was like, where are you guys? I was waiting for you. They were like, oh, we can't deliver it, it's too heavy. right? And then I called back because they actually told me that in an email. They didn't call me. And I called back and I was like, what the fuck? You said you were going to deliver it. I paid for door-to-door delivery. I paid almost fucking $200 fucking dollars for this because Milusi Mama was like, pay and I'll send the stuff. Right? That's usually the arrangement. She's like, I'm already spending a lot of money buying you all these things, so just pay for the delivery and the shipment. And we're like, yeah, absolutely. So, but I think she actually paid for it this time because it was her money that she used to pay for it. She just sent us to pay for it. So because she doesn't like doing the delivery thing. She hates going on the internet and all that stuff. So she got it, and she is catching the biggest dubs. You finished an art piece today, yay! What's it about? Please drop it in Discord. Honestly, I think I need to start encouraging y'all to drop your art. Like, if I want you to drop your art and I want you to drop your writing, your prose, your poetry, like I really want, I think any form of art should be welcome. So I think I'm gonna start, if of course with you guys' permission, I think I'm gonna start displaying it on stream. Right? It's not something I thought I needed to do because, I'm not an artist, but I love art. So as someone who loves art, I should encourage it. Right? So that's something I want to do. Hi, edited by Lucas. Hello. Hi there. How are you today? We're just catching up on some yap before we get started on reading together. But okay, so essentially she sent it. I was expecting it yesterday. They told me no. And then I pretty much haggled with them until they decided, yeah, okay, fine. We'll send it to you because you did in fact pay premium for this delivery, even though it's really, really heavy and there's 3 parcels. Guys, they're 20 kg each. Right? So it's 60 kilograms in total, by the way. So that is just how much we're doing. Hi, Jack Donyan. Thank you so much for the daily offering. Welcome in. So there's a lot, to say the least. And she doesn't just pack in foodstuffs. She packs in clothing. She packs in like jewelry. It's just whatever she can think of that we'll need that she stuffs into these things, right? It's not just food things. So they delivered it early this morning. They told me they were gonna be here at around 11. They got here around past 12. And I was up early, right? And I needed to be up early because they called me to confirm if I'd be at home 2 hours earlier. So they called me at around like 9 a.m. in the morning. So I told them, yeah, I'd be home. They came. They had the thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's like this wheelie thing that they used to carry really, really, really heavy stuff. And they had it stacked on top of each other. So it was just these three huge boxes stacked on top of each other on this wheelie thing. And they were like, what floor do you live on? And I was like, the very last one. And they looked at me and I was like, I'm sorry. I felt bad. And they carried, so they took the top box, they dropped it on the floor, and they both of them, these 2 young men, hefted it between themselves and carried it all the way up the stairs because my building does not have an elevator, unfortunately. And so they crafted all the way up into the stairs. It's like a sack wheelbarrow. Yeah, sort of. It's like, it's really it's like longer more than it's wider, right? I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'll find a picture and show you guys later. I don't know. But essentially that's what it was. And they carried it too, and I felt so bad, and I didn't want them to have to come down and carry the last one. So I took it upon myself to carry it. So I managed to use the wall as like a grounding device, and I got it up onto my shoulder, and my head was tilted this way the entire time because this giant fucking box is on my shoulder and pressing into my neck and pressing into my head, right? And I start walking up all the stairs, and I can hear how much they're struggling. Like, they're actively breathing super hard. They're panting, and I'm getting tired, but I feel like I shouldn't show myself getting tired because they're carrying 2 and I'm carrying 1, and the one I'm carrying was the least heavy of all of them because it contained clothing items more than it contained everything else. Anyways, they drag it up. I'm still like on the 3rd or so floor, so one of them does come down and takes the box from me and helps me put it up onto, and then they deliver it, they drop it off, I sign, they leave. And then I immediately dress up because I have other stuff. No, your stream streak restarted. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. That is ass. I hate that for you. I'm so sorry. Oh man, how much is shipping from Nigeria to Eastern Europe? I don't even want to. I don't know. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. It's very very expensive. She gave us a price tag, and I'm afraid to repeat it to y'all because it was like she said it cost her like 2,000 euros. Do you know how much that is in naira? That's millions in naira, guys. I'm not joking. It was a lot of money, and she does it a lot. But yeah, so I heft this freaking box, but I don't heft it all the way. They take it from me, they drop it off, they leave, and I immediately rush back in. I wear my jacket because I have another delivery plan. Thanks to Biscuit, we had to get a table and a chair. Well, a chair. It was actually just supposed to be a chair, but I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found a really good deal for a table and chair for just like 70. And I was like, oh my god, please, yes. The problem was that when we went to go pick it up the first time, we discovered that we couldn't just use like a big taxi, because that was the plan. We're gonna get like a minivan to take it with, but that wouldn't be possible to take it as it was. We'd have to disassemble it first, and we just didn't want that stress. So instead we decided we'll come back in like a day or two with a moving van. So I spent the entirety of yesterday calling up and texting up and emailing all the fucking moving vans within like my freaking city, and I only got 2 that were within my budget. One was $45 and the other was $50. So so I ended up going with the $45 one. Yes, that difference of 5 really does matter. And we went today to go pick it up. So I literally just rushed from the bus to the place where we're gonna pick it up. They met me there. The movers met me there. I took the stuff, they strapped it in their van, and then I rode with them all the way to my apartment. And then they carried up the table and I carried up the chair, and they dropped it in, and then they left. So the whole house is messy. The apartment looks messy. It looks stuffed with stuff because it is. Everything's just so like messy because we haven't yet arranged everything, and I'm exhausted and I'm tired, but it's a good day. It was a good day because we got a lot done. It was very productive. So I'm very happy. Thanks to Biscuit, we have new furniture. Thank you, Biscuit. But yeah, so that's what happened, guys, and that is why I have been literally I honestly should have gone live earlier, but I was so tired, bro. I was tired. I was like, holy shit, should I sleep? Should I cancel stream? But I already am not streaming as often any longer, so I didn't want to cancel. Plus, I missed you guys. Oh, hi, Miwoo. That's our big, strong crow goddess. Asta. Like, yeah. Also, I got back in order today for debut, right? So I got our new alerts. Our new alerts are ready. So are our new... Wait, what else did I pay for? I've forgotten. Our new alerts are ready, and so are our new what do you call it, sub badges. So we got new sub badges, we got new alerts, we gotta handle other stuff. Need one of those bug bunny head massages again? Perhaps, maybe, but I'm good. Lucy, justifying being human is a crazy genre. Stop, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just apologizing for you know, not getting commitments. You wanted to tell Biscuit? I thought you would like send him pictures and stuff. I'm sorry, I just wasn't explaining what was going on today. Gomedasai. I'm sorry, Miwoo. Forgive me. Don't talk about that on stream. Talk about what? Did I dox myself without realizing? I think the last time you stream, you had to restart, but after a while, it was gone. No way. I've been to every stream. What are we on? Oh, you're talking about you losing your stream streak. I'm sorry about that again, by the way, Shy. But anyways, yeah, so it's been a very fucking long day, but it's been a good day, a productive day. I'm just gonna have to spend the remaining 2-3 days cleaning and putting everything away and stuff. It's crazy. Holy shit. Are you guys ready to read? Are you guys ready to expand your brains? So we're gonna read a little bit of Six of Crows. We're also gonna read a little bit of Milu's, you know, stuff, because, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys are looking forward to that from the response we got last week. You were pretty excited. And I'd be more than happy to read it with you guys again. And then if we still got some time, I want to play some games because I feel like it's still Black History Month. We should play more Reluted while we still have the chance. All right. So let's get started. Whew. Oh my God. You're okay? Okay. Awesome. Ready to read? Yes. More arms. Wait, are you ending? No. We just got started, Otter. Also, welcome in. Otter Rater? I think I'm saying it right. Otter Rater. No, we're not ending. We're literally just getting started. Lucy, want to look at the art first? Thank you for reminding me. I literally forgot. Give me 1 second. As a reminder, get your smoothie suggestions in. Oh my God, Joe, you're amazing. Okay, W mods. All right. Guys, movie night this Saturday, 9:30 p.m. EET. You need to drop your suggestions in the movie suggestions box. All right, so drop your suggestions so we can make a poll today. The poll literally goes up today, and we can't do that if we don't have your suggestion. So if you haven't suggested yet, go onto the Discord right now and fucking suggest. Okay, thank y'all. All right, next. All right, you're on your PC, unfortunately. I see. All right, let's look at Hades' art, and then we'll get started on reading, and then we can move on. If anybody else has art they want to share, now is the time. Yeah. Hi, Joe, from the other side. I love that. Thank you. I thought I joined right at the end. No, you're just in time. And I'm saying it right? Awesome. Autorito, welcome in. All right, let's see. Let me get your art. 80s real quick. 1 second. Brown. Whew. Damn, I haven't had a day this productive and early in a long time. Oh my God, it looks so cute. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all 1 second. Okay, and then I think I move over here. Nah, should we move over here instead? Wait, give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so we shall move to the reading corner because that's where we need to be. Lovely mods. Biscuit from the other side. Hello. Hi there. Okay, guys. Wait, I was gonna say something and I've forgotten. Shit. Oh, I was mods, please, can we get a change category? Thank you. We're also multi-streaming today, so thankfully the purple app has said it's no longer freaking illegal to do that. Lamau. Okay. Senti. Oh my God, thank you for changing the category. I love you so much. No, you are loved a lot by me. I adore you. Okay, let's see. Here we've got the window capture, and then it can come over here. Wait, let me prep this stuff first. Oh my God, I forgot about this. Scheisse. Okay. Yes, okay, I got it ready. Please don't comment about my tabs. I will switch off the stuff. I just needed it open to show you guys this. Okay. And then we come. Oh wait, I'm not even. Okay, no, I am. I'm just so confused. Give me a second. And then I do this, and there. Can y'all see it? Y'all can see it, right? Look at this. Okay, color. Wow. I love your need to give all your OCs washboard abs. I love it. And look at this werewolf. So this is them, right? They turn into a werewolf, right? Obviously, the ears. Wait, but the ears are different. This one has like white tufts, and this one has dark tufts. Am I crazy? I recognize that shirt. Milu's new model is wearing that shirt. The tattoos look awesome, by the way. I love the sword detailing as well as the shading that you've done on the pants. They look overall super cool. Why are they mocking us though? They're doing the whole hand in hair pose. I'm so cool and so tortured, you know? Oh my god, they're really like I'm the main character. And you know what? They're right. They are. Am I gonna be cheapy for reading? Yeah, if you guys want, it's up to you. You have the power. Pat the werewolf. Oh, I will definitely pat this werewolf. I think they're what are their pronouns? They are werewolves. I fucked up the color. Wait. Oh, it's the same one? Ah. Thank you for the follow, Blanket Cozy. Thank you. Wait a second. Of course I'm dumb enough to not have alerts on this screen. What was I thinking? Okay, but let's see. This is a really cool drawing. She goes by she, her. Ooh. Wallowa. What? Wallowa? Is she Wallowa? She better be Wallowa. I want her to be Wallowa. I love this drawing. Nicely done. And I love your little signature here at the end too. Lucian. Louvre? The paw print. It's so cute. Alright, and this mask is awesome as well. I see that you've given them a little bit of scarring as well. Look at you in attention to detail. I like the braids here. Overall, an awesome job. Awesome job. I love it. 10 out of 10. Hi, Keyshawn. Welcome in. Walla, yes. Yes. We're winning. We're winning. Thank you for the hydrate, darling. Let me slurp some water. Delicious. Absolutely perfect. We all love it. All right, Ken. All done. Thank you for sharing your art with us, Hades. And you're improving so well. Like, I remember like early last year when you were dropping your art in Discord, like you're so much better now. You're genuinely, I'm seeing progress. Keep at it. Mwah. Delicious. All right, for anybody who has prose and poetry to share, drop it in the Discord, right? Otherwise, for today, it's only Milu it's only Milu that I'm seeing. No one else. I did write something, but I haven't refined it yet, so I'm not gonna share it with y'all. Thank you for the follow, Star. New Silva Star. Hi there. Welcome in. Welcome in. Art class is helping a lot. Wow, you're actually taking away something from class. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Hey, gays, hi, wives. Thank you for the 20 streak. You're so hot. Thank you so much. Also, you reached a follow. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier in the beginning of stream. Thank you for the 400 followers on Purple app. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank y'all, thank y'all. Hugs for late huggies. Thank you. Thank you for the support, everyone. This is insane, genuinely. I want to get sappy, but like if I get sappy, we're never gonna leave. We're never gonna leave this place. So no sappiness. All right, guys, let's expand our brains and breathe life into them by reading. All right, it's time. It's time for us to read. All right, let us move on from this, and then we shall bring this here. Yars. Okay. So, where's our book? Here it is. There we go. Can we all see it? She even has toe beans. Yeah, I noticed. I just want to massage them. I want to get a kitty just because of the toe beans, and of course because I've always loved cats. But my mom always thought cats were evil. So she never let us get cats. She didn't even want us to get dogs, right? If not for the fact that my dad loved dogs as well, I don't think we would have had dogs at home. Your model is so gorgeous. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm blushing. Cats are evil? That's the best bit. Like, they're sometimes evil. They're not all the time evil. And I feel like they're a kind of evil that I am willing to have in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just love them. I just love kitties. I love them so much. But we were never allowed to have cats, and we're never allowed to have hamsters. And the one time we had rabbits, they died. So dogs it was. So dogs it was. But like when I'm a lot more stable and life is going well and I have a bigger apartment and more time, I will get a pet. Right now, I cannot get a pet because I will not be bringing them into good conditions. My apartment, for one, is tiny. For two, it's on like it's on the top floor, right? And we have no elevator, so it's a pain to go all the way downstairs. So that means like I won't be able to like get them to take walks all the time. Like it's just not sustainable. Right? It's not sustainable. When I move and I'm in a nicer apartment and I can actually afford to take care of a pet, I'm gonna get a pet. But for now, this is all it's gonna be. All right, let's refresh this. Where did we stop? We stopped in chapter 14 if I remember correctly. Let me get my book. There's my book. Can y'all hear it? Reading ASMR. Pages. Okay. Let's see. I actually also have a white tiger OC laying around. Well, dig it about. Dig it, find it, and then send it to me. Duh. Okay. Let's see. So, by the way, the music is not too loud, right? It's perfect. It's okay. Wait, let me double switch real quick. I need to find something over here. And I need to like migrate it to here as well. 1 second. All right, there we go. What was that? Oh, by the way. Oh, I heard a noise and I didn't know where it came from. It came from Myoshi. I love that site. Listen, I don't think I was old enough to be, because like even when I was younger, I wasn't really allowed internet until like my mid to late teens. I don't really remember exactly when I got access to internet. I got a phone when I was 13, but that's just because my parents thought, okay, it's necessary for you to be able to reach us in emergencies, right? So take this. No, that was when I was 10. Yeah, they gave me my first phone when I was 10. They're like, call us if there's an emergency. And the only numbers I have memorized were theirs. Even up till today, I still remember those numbers because they were the first numbers I ever memorized. Right? And they were like, make sure you can reach us when things are going back. But the phones didn't have internet access. They were literally just belebes. I don't remember what I did on them. I couldn't even play certain games because they were in those kind of phones. They were the really early 2000 type phones with the like number pad system and all that shit. So, but I got access to internet when I was like 16, 15. I don't remember. The point is, I wasn't around for MySpace. So I didn't really get into the whole, like, social media stuff until quite late, when I was already, like, in high school, and all my friends were asking me for my, like, socials, and I had to tell them I didn't have any. So I literally made one in shame, and so I could keep up with my friends during the holidays, because otherwise I couldn't actually, like, talk to them as well. So, and there was a point in my life I didn't even have a phone in my teens. I just didn't see the need for it because I went to a boarding school, and the boarding school didn't allow technology of any kind that wasn't given to you by the school, right? So I wasn't allowed to have a phone. I had a phone only at home. I left it at home and I only barely used it. So it wasn't really like, I didn't even have like a proper phone number until quite a while later. Point is, I didn't get around on MySpace and all of that fun stuff. So my Oshi is really like filling a hole, a little gap in my experiences in my life. And I'm very, very happy and very, very grateful. So that is, let me see. It's in your backpack in your sketchbook? Oh, I see. Well, no worries then. No problem. We'll simply just like take a look at it later when you have your hands on it. In the meantime, let me find these alerts. for the clock app. There it is. And then I will bring it here, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. No, wait. That doesn't make sense, actually. Yeah, this is better. All right, guys. Let's get started. I don't know what's it's like over there, but vet bills are insane in the UK. When the puppy was sick after its vaccines, it racked up 2,000, over 2,000 of vet bills. 2,000? 2,000? Never mind. I guess I'm gonna get a pet when I'm rich and famous. This is because right now, what? What? Maybe after my career in Broadway. What are you talking about? 2K is, I can't even think of that. Hello? Don't call me Shockwave. If you do, I'm gonna crash out. Okay, Soundwave. I will not call you Shockwave. I promise. I won't call you that. You think you like femboys? Okay, Blanket. That's cool because I like femboys too. Not gonna lie, the only kind of men I like are men who are a little bit gay. So the more femboy, the better. So that's so freaking real. Anyways, speaking of music, I found a song and immediately thought of this community. So it's sitting in vids. Oh, that's so sweet, Ford. I'm gonna take a listen afterwards. That's so sweet. Thank you. And thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. I got a phone when I was 10. It had only a messenger and their numbers. Yeah, same. That was exactly my situation. But I only had it for 2 years before I bought a phone with internet access myself. With your parents standing behind you, I could never have done that. I wouldn't even have known where to go to get a phone. Lamau. I need to get my power bank later anyways. Okay. My Oshi had a securities controversy recently, which apparently the code was accidentally available, but still your eyebrow is raised. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, Ford? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hi, Opaliora! Hello. I'm so sorry I didn't see you, darling. My apologies. But hi there! Hello! Is that Grim? Can we get shout outs? I can't speak. Can we get a shout out in chat for Opali as well as Grim? I'm pretty sure. Wait, am I tripping? I'm pretty sure I know that Opali streams. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Opali, do you stream? Before we give Opali a shout out, do you stream? If you stream, let us know and then we'll shout you out. But for now, please get a shout out in chat for Grim. Hi, Grim. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Someone likes being in charge? Yeah, duh. Wasn't it obvious? You see, there's a reason. I'm not calling myself a dummy mummy for fun. Like, that's literally how it is for me, bro. Like, if you're a dude, I gotta tie you up. I'm sorry. I have to tie you up. I have to blindfold you. That's just how it works for me. Hey, that's just how. Before we listen, it's not Freaky Friday. Let's not get freaked up in here. All right, let's not get too crazy. All right. How's it cheaper to get a sick puppy to Germany and back? That's what you did? Literally just go to Germany for vet care. It's cheaper and better. I'm sick. This system is so fucked. What do you mean I have to take my pet to a different country just for care? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Hi, Grim. How are you doing? How have you been? Hello, Opali. Should I say Opali? Or should I just call you Aura? It sounds like I'm saying that you have aura. That's awesome. How are y'all? We're doing good, Graham. We're about to read, so you're just in time. We're just yapping because I can't help myself. Honestly, I think I should do more yapping streams. I feel like it's not fair for me to just immediately have an activity. I kind of want to just get to know y'all better. We should talk more. I think so. I think I just want to hear about your life story. I want you to tell me things. Because a lot of you be living lives that are like comic book worthy, genuinely. You say stuff and I'm like, what do you fucking mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Okay, 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 okay. Anyways, let's see. Hey Joe, hey Fort. Oh, they had access to IP addresses of visitors, just completely accessible, no access code, no nothing. Just edit the HTTP and boom, you could see everything everyone visiting on Myoshi. That's got me scared. Oh no! That's terrifying. Sorry, that froze me for a second. Remind me not to get too close to you. What? It's just some rope and blindfold. Don't be scared. Yeah, the Euro tunnel. Yeah, that's the one where you yeah. Not channel tunnel, it's Euro tunnel. I haven't ever like gone on it, but yeah. I've just heard that it's pretty cool. For Mutuals of Blue Sky, I knew I recognized your name. I knew it. I knew I recognized your name. I was like, you sound familiar to me, but where have I seen this name before? Well, hi there. It's good to see you. You do stream. Well, there's a shout out. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate your presence. TBH, Germany is in some ways a lot cheaper, but don't buy chocolate. It's expensive as hell. Why would I go to Germany for chocolate? When there's Ghana and there's Switzerland. No, I'm not saying Germany doesn't have chocolate. I'm just saying there's other places that will come to mind when I think of the word chocolate. Okay, there's just other places. I wouldn't think chocolate would be so much. Like, genuinely, the weirdest stuff be expensive in Europe. It was definitely a culture shock when I came here for the first time, because in Nigeria, meats, for example, meats and grains, so like rice, beans, and lentils, meats, grains, lentils, and vegetables, and even seafood, so different types of fish, they are not necessarily expensive in that way, right? But here in Europe, it's like you get like 2 cuts of like beef and like shoulder or something, and you pay like 7 to 10 euros for it. It's like, what? I could get like I could get the entire torso of this cow for like yeah, it's obviously more, but like I'm getting more dime for my buck back home. And there's also variety. There's variety. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just I'm getting more there. And there's so much more to choose from. It just sucks that I'll come here and I'm like, oh, I'm in the mood for seafood. And then I look at the price and I'm like, never mind. I haven't had seafood in, I shit you not, years. The only fish I buy is like hake because it's really cheap. Right? Otherwise, I don't touch shrimp. I don't touch like different types I don't touch salmon. I don't touch any of that stuff because it's like, what am I doing for it? What, am I trying to bankrupt myself? No. So yeah, it really sucks. And there's only like 6 types of vegetables and 3 types of peppers. Like, wow, what are you talking about? Because the overall cost of most things is cheaper in Germany. If that trip for care even saves you £200, it's worth it. Yeah, I agree. I think the puppy would have been an ex-puppy by the time it got to Germany. No, don't joke about that. It makes me sad. Myoshi apparently patched this, but I am sus. I'm scared, Ford. You've like inflicted the fear of God upon me. I am very, very like, I'm very strict about my privacy. I don't want nobody having access to my IP address. I'm the one with the rope. No, you're not, darling. Ford, I should time you out for that shit. For what shit? What'd you do this time? What'd you do this time? Ford, what'd you do this time? Lucy, I need to know what you want me to do with Ford's comment. What comment? Oh, auto mod. I see. I didn't even see it because I'm using a different widget for chat, so I can see all the chats across all the apps and planets. So I didn't even catch it. I'm so sorry. Wait, let me find it out here. Boom, boom, pow. Pow, pow, boom. Watata tata. Watata tata. Oh. You know what? Allow it. I've allowed it. Oh my god, don't time him out. Don't time him out. Even though it's not Freaky Friday, it's just like I feel I get the energy. I'm in danger. You can give him a lash though. You can lash him. I was speaking of lashing, I was trying to make that redeem farm more like fun and sexy. I was gonna add like a gif, a green screen gif of Halle Berry and Catwoman, you know, with her leather and her whip. Yeah, but I couldn't find a good one, so I'm still working on it. Lucy made a comment on rope and blindfolds. Yeah, exactly, I did. So it's not even his fault. Technically, he's just giving back the energy I'm putting out. Meanwhile, here in the United States, all the tariffs have... that word didn't used to be so triggering. Have been dealing with for a year have been illegal, right? But only corporations are being compensated, not us. That's bullshit. Sleepy Favorite! Hi! Hello! I recognize you. We recently became moods on Mayoshi, which I'm now beginning to be scared of because of what Ford has told me. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to look into more. You're saved this day, Ford. Never mind. Bring that ass here. Joe, you were just waiting, weren't you? Oh, yes, slash me so I finally feel something other than the void. You freaky mother effer. You know what? It's okay. That's kind of the reason why you're here, isn't it? We're all freaks here, but it's okay because today is not for freaking. Today is for expanding your mind and your brain and your thinking capacity and your intellectualism by reading with me. Are we ready? All right, let's finally do this. I've been yapping for too long. 46 minutes? Damn. Okay, we should definitely start reading. I can find surface level coverage of the Mayoshi shit. Please put in vids. Yes, please do. I could always time you out so you feel the quiet. Not the reaction by Miwu. Oh my god. 46 minutes of peak. Aw, Miwu. Thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate it. Alright guys, for reals now. Let's get to reading. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? We stopped at chapter 14 at the break within the chapter specifically. So let me just get this over here. Oh wait, why did I do that? It needs to be... Oh, you say you're sorry for being so... Wait, let me just refresh it. Untrue. Okay. Okay, you stop that. Ah. I may have updates for you guys soon in regards to like, you know, our new schedule. How do you guys feel about me streaming earlier? Like a lot earlier, like a lot earlier, because my new job, like my hours are 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. So my new streaming time, my current streaming time is just, it's not gonna be possible anymore because I'll be in the office. So I simply can't. So if you guys are okay with morning streams, my time, I don't know, guys, because the only time I have to stream is like from morning. You got a new job. I had an offer that I had been putting off because I didn't want to work for them because they said I needed to come into the office every single day of the week. Like it's not hybrid. There's no remote, nothing. And I thought it was really stupid and I didn't want to do the job because I was like, why would I do that to myself? That's bullshit. They're also quite strict with their ramp up and their like commission, and I didn't want that. I wanted something a little bit more flexible. But the other job that I was waiting for decided to choose a different candidate. Yay. And then the third job also decided not to move forward with the application, or not the application, with the whole recruitment thing, because I believe the person that was speaking to me was actually a scammer. I don't know. They might have been real, but they came up as a scammer to me. Because the offer was too good to be true. So, and I guess it was technically. So yeah. Lurk my butt. What? Thank you for the lurk, Milu. Why is your butt lurking? It's fine. It give me to talk to the depression. demons and ask them why they like my bed so much. Oh, you're replying to freaking Joe's comment, bruh. All right. But yeah, I kind of did get an offer. I had gotten the offer 3 weeks ago. I just didn't want to say yes, because I was hoping for a new job. But you know, it's already been a month, and bills are piling up. So I gotta accept what I do have, and honestly, it just be grateful that I have anything in the first place in this economy, because other people aren't so lucky. So my title says Sunday vibes. Over on the other place? Why? I could have sworn. 1 second, guys. Let me fix this bullshit. Wait. What? On my end, it doesn't say that at all. What? This is so stupid. That's so dumb. I hate that so much. Wait, let me update it. Did it work? Let me know. Maybe you can change it for me. I don't know if you have that like power actually over on Mars. I don't know. I have no idea. And it's so funny how I got my clock app. I guess I could say TikTok. Streaming privileges back because I lost it for a second there. They were like, no, and I was like, okay, can I have it back? And then they were like, yes. I don't know. Anyways, I'm back. Okay. We've yapped way too long. Let's get to chapter 14, okay? All right, we stopped here, I think. Yeah. So, quick recap. Essentially, our 6 people are on the boat. It still says it? This is so fucking annoying. Give me a second, guys. Our 6 people are on the boat. Let me do the recap while I fix the shit in the background. So, we are officially on our way. Yes, it is page 184. Oh my god, Biscuit. Look at you. So, we're officially on our way. The boat has left the dock. Unfortunately, we suffered huge freaking we suffered a couple of losses for some unnamed side characters. May they rest in peace. But we did get Inet and Jesper injured. Inet a lot worse than Jesper. I'm saying Inet almost died type shit. Right? She'll be fine because like obviously the story cannot continue without her being fine. But it was pretty bad. She was bleeding out really quickly. And when Nina examined her, Nina is our corporal Nick, so the magic user that has to do with the human body. She essentially was like, oh my god, a little higher, and it would have pierced her heart and she would be dead. So there's that, and we're actually grateful that that did not happen because that would have sucked. Okay, it does say Sleepy Sunday vibes, so that's crazy. So what's the point of me trying to do these things if it doesn't even what's the point of updating it on this end if it doesn't even work? Okay, anyways, let me save it. It should be changed now, Joe. Let me know. So yeah, Inet very close to dying, but I think she'll be fine. We also got some backstory on Nina. I think how she and what's his face, Matthias Helva met, and we saw a lot of racism, and we saw slavery, and it just wasn't pretty. Yeah, and now I'm questioning how she fell in love with him in the first place, because like I wouldn't be falling in love with a guy who's, you know, whose whole life and culture is revolved around capturing and killing my people. But hey, weird things happen to those who are in love, I guess. Crazy. Stinky commute but no deport. Stinky commute but yippee no deport. You're so right. That's literally it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have to take the offer that I do have instead of waiting for a better offer that may or may not come. All right. So that means I will definitely be switching up my stream schedule because I finally accepted the offer today and put it through with the migration department and all that shit. So yeah, So for now, this is technically my new job, and they've told me that my hours are 2 p.m. to 11. So that means I'll only be able to stream in the mornings, right? But that actually bodes well for me because I have an issue waking up early. I really do. But I think I could motivate myself to wake up early if it's for you guys, if it's for stream, right? If it's for stream, I can make myself do it. I can try at least to make myself do it. And it will be easier on me to not have to worry about like coming home and cooking and streaming. No, I can just like, stream, make myself some lunch, go to work, come home, sleep. That makes more sense, I think. I think it'll be easier. The only problem is the stupid commute and the fact that I have to go to the office every single day. Like, we don't need to see each other that often. We don't. It's not necessary. It's not sensible. We don't like each other that much. We really don't need to. We really don't need to. But yes, so this is the page that we're at, but we have Stinky Adge in 4 minutes. So there's Ad Jail in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it right now. We're going to play some words on stream, and then we're going to come back and immediately launch into the book. No distracting me with interesting tidbits about your life. We got to get started. Okay? All right. Found it, took a minute. Now I did tag you since you requested a vid. Okay, Ford, thank you. It's okay. Because I requested it, tagging me is entirely all right. In fact, you like morning streams? Although the Americans are going to be screwed. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, my poor American people. I'm sorry. I'll only be able to see y'all during the weekend. I'm sorry. Everybody else, though, hi. Welcome. My Europeans, sup? What's up? We're about to get to know each other a lot better. All right, guys, time for some worms on stream. I will see you depressively yeehaws. What the fuck is a kilometer? Okay. I'll see you soon. Let us get right to it. I'm going to mute myself, see if I can grab a snack as well while the ads go on and stuff. See ya. I'm back. Sorry I took forever. I ended up making a snack instead of just, you know what? You know what? Just sorry I took forever. I'm back now though. Me Lucy Mama brought hi Lucy and hi Senti Wenty. Me Lucy Mama sent us yams, so we're very excited to eat them again. Mm. Mm mm mm. Mm. Okay. Okay, let's get back to things. Thank you for using your big brain, Senti Wenty. I'm sure there were a lot of other people involved with the last couple of rounds that I missed, but yeah. Thank you very much. Alright, let's reduce the this, go back to the that, and get started. I hope I didn't miss anything too awesome. Thank you for the lurk biscuit. Damn, Senti, you're amazing. Alright. You also won the raffle. Double amazing. Okay. This has been going on for quite some time. Holy hell. Alright, let's get started. Straight into reading. No wasting time. Alright? Wifey, hi! Hi, wifey, darling. Snackies time, you know it. I was hungry. I'm still hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Don't come at me. It's not my fault. It was a busy day, and I didn't have time to cook, which is why I'm just eating now. And technically, it's why I also took so long, because I had something on fire. But it's ready now. So, alright, let's get started. Pretty much just the basics. Never read any books or anything for D&D? Neither have I. Actually know nothing about D&D. Alright, guys, let's get started. We did the recap, right? Yeah. Let's continue. Wait, am I in the wrong page? I am in the wrong page. Yikes. 184. Alright. Nina's chin dipped. Right. And she jerked awake. Had she nodded off? Matthias was standing in the passage outside the cabin. I love how the last time we left on the cliffhanger because, right, we found out that the Yarden giving her a cup while they were on the boat saved her life because they eventually hit a storm, and I assume everyone on that ship except her and Matthias died. They all drowned, which is really sad. I'm sure they wouldn't have rescued the prisoners because they were all tied up down there and met a very watery, painful grave. Unfortunately, that sucks. It really sucks. All right. Nina's chin dipped and she jerked awake. Had she nodded off? Matthias was standing in the passage outside the cabin. He filled the doorway, far too tall to be comfortable below decks. How long had he been watching her? Ew, he's a weirdo like Edward from Twilight. Are you watching her sleep, bro? How long had he been watching her? Quickly, Nina checked Ina's pulse and breathing, relieved to find that she seemed to be stable for now. Was I sleeping? She asked. Dozing. She stretched, trying to blink away her exhaustion. But not snoring? He said nothing, just watched her with those ice-chip eyes. They let you have a razor? His shackled hands went to his freshly shaved jaw. Jesper did it. Jesper must have seen to Matthias's hair too. The tufts of blonde that had grown raggedly from his scalp had been trimmed down. It was still too short. Bare golden fuzz over skin that showed cuts and bruises from his last fight in Hellgate. Hi Dan, thank you for the daily! From his last fight in Hellgate. Damn, she's always noticing this dude's looks. Girl needs to focus. She needs to focus. He must be happy to be free of the beard though, Nina thought. Until a Driscoll had accomplished a mission on his own and been granted officer status, he was required to remain clean-shaven. Thank you for the dailies, Joel and Wifey. Until a Driscoll had accomplished a mission on his own and been granted officer status, he was required to remain clean-shaven. If Matthias had brought Nina to face trial at the Ice Court, he would have been granted that permission. He would have worn the silver wolf's head that marked an officer of the Driscoll. It made her sick to think of it. Congratulations on your recent advancement to murderer of rank. The thought helped remind her just who she was dealing with. She sat up straighter, chin lifting. Hear Martin, Matthias? She asked. Don't, he said. You'd prefer I spoke Kirch? I don't want to hear my language from your mouth. His eyes flicked to her lips, and she felt an unwelcome flush. These guys are always flirting. What a frig. Yo, that was not the time, bro. There's a dying girl on the table in between you both. No. Okay. With vindictive pleasure, she said in Yerden, but you always liked the way I spoke your tongue. You said it sounded pure. What? You said it sounded pure? It was true. He loved her accent, the vowels of a princess, courtesy of her teachers at the little palace. Don't press me, Nina, he said. Wait, did they not meet on that boat? Was she the only survivor after all? Maybe I had it wrong and they didn't meet on the boat where he captured her, you know? Because, like, I always thought that would be a weird dynamic. Yeah, I'm just in love with the guy who tried to sell me into slavery and kill me. That's... I mean, I've read weirder fics, but, you know, it just doesn't hit the same when it's a heterosexual romance. Okay. Don't press me, Nina, he said. Matthias's courage was ugly, brutal, and the guttural accent of thieves and murderers that he'd met in prison. That pardon is a dream that's hard to hold on to. The memory of your pulse fading beneath my fingers is far easier to bring to mind. Try me, she said, her anger flaring. She was sick of his threats. My hands aren't pinned now, Helvar. She curled her fingertips and Matthias gasped as his heart began to race. Oh! So yeah, he was the one. Alright, because her hands were shackled in the boat. So yeah, I think that is how they met. Never mind. Witch, he spat. He sounds so ancient. I mean, yeah, she has powers, but like, come on. You don't demonize a whole fucking race of people just because they have magic. Anyways, fucking Uthap and Dragon here. Witch, he spat, clutching his chest. Surely you can do better than that. You must have 100 names for me by now. 1,000, he grunted as sweat broke out on his brow. She relaxed her fingers, feeling suddenly embarrassed. What was she doing? Punishing him? Toying with him? He had every right to hate her. Go away, Matthias. I have a patient to see to. She focused on checking Ina's body temperature. Will she live? Do you care? Of course I care. She's a human being. Oh, so you care that she's a human being, but you don't care that this one is a human being. So what is Nina? She heard the unspoken end to that sentence. She's a human being, unlike you. Exactly. That's so weird. The Erdens didn't believe the Grisha were human. They weren't even on par with animals, but something low and demonic. A blight on the world. An abomination. She lifted a shoulder. I don't know, really. I did my best, but my gifts lie elsewhere. Kaz asked you if the White Rose would send a delegation to Rinkala. You know the White Rose? Weststave is a favorite subject of conversation in Hellgate. Nina paused. Then, without saying a word, she pushed up the sleeve of her shirt. 2 roses intertwined on the inside of her forearm. She could have explained what she'd done there, that she'd never made her living on her back, but it was none of his business what she did or didn't do. Let him believe what he liked. You chose to work there? Chose is a bit of a stretch, but yes. Why? Why would you remain in Kirch? She rubbed her eyes. I couldn't leave you in Hellgate. You put me in Hellgate. It was a mistake, Matthias. Rage ignited in his eyes, the calm veneer dropping away. A mistake? I saved your life, and you accused me of being a slaver. Yes, Nina said, and I've spent most of this last year trying to find a way to set things right. Has a true word ever left your lips? Damn. So is that how we got... But there are slaves in Kirch. There are slaves in Ketterdam. What? What is this double standard? I don't get it, but let's keep reading. Maybe we'll get some context. She sagged back wearily in her chair. I've never lied to you. I never will. The first words you said to me were a lie, spoken in Kalish, as I recall. Spoken right before you captured me and stuffed me in a cage. Was that the time for speaking truths? I shouldn't blame you. You can't help yourself. It's your nature to dissemble. He peered at her neck. Your bruises are gone. I removed them. Does that bother you? Matthias said nothing, but she saw a glimmer of shame move over his face. Matthias had always fought his own decency. To become a Druskel, he'd had to kill the good things inside him. But the boy he should have been was always there. And she'd begun to see the truth of him in the days they'd spent together after the shipwreck. She wanted to believe that boy was still there, locked away, despite her betrayal and whatever he'd endured at Hellgate. Looking at him now, she couldn't be sure. Damn. Okay, wait. Sorry. They did escape the shipwreck together. I bet they were the only survivors and had to, like, you know, find a way to survive. And that brought them closer together. And there was tension. And then they, like, fucked or something. And then she accused him of being a slaver. And he went to prison for it. And prison in ridiculously disturbing, disgusting, inhumane conditions. So he's not very happy with her at the moment, you could say. And apparently it is justified. But to me, it's justified that she was trying to get away from him, considering his whole culture is about killing her people. So I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. Looking at him now, she couldn't be sure. Maybe this was the truth of him. And the image she'd held onto this last year had been an illusion. I bet they had to cuddle for warmth. Oh yes. Oh yes. I bet they did. That trope is so popular in fiction for a very good reason. I bet they had to cuddle for warmth for real. Okay. Okay, looking at him now, she couldn't be sure. Maybe this was the truth of him, and the image she'd held onto this last year had been an illusion. I need to see Ina, she said, eager to have him gone. He didn't leave. Instead, he said, did you think of me at all, Nina? Did I trouble your sleep? She shrugged. A corporal Nick can sleep whenever she likes, though she couldn't control her dreams. Sleep is a luxury at Hellgate. It's a danger. But when I slept, I dreamed of you. Oh! Nah, he's gonna tell her that he dreamed of killing her, obviously, but that sounds so like, okay. Matthias has Riz. Murderous Riz, I suppose. That's right. Her head snapped up. That's right, he said. Every time I closed my eyes. What happened in the dream, she asked, eager for an answer, but fearing it too. Horrible things, the worst kinds of torture. You drowned me slowly, you burned my heart from my chest, you blinded me. I was a monster, a maiden, a sylph of the ice. You kissed me, whispered stories in my ear. You sang to me and held me as I slept. Your laugh chased me into waking. You always hated my laugh. I loved your laugh, Nina, and your fierce warrior's heart. I might have loved you too. Oh my god! What? Oh, like, I'm remembering that he's a slaver, but like, that didn't seem to stop her from falling for him. Might have, once, before she'd betrayed him. Those words carved an ache into her chest. Oh, she feels that. She's like, no, baby, love me again. No, you can love me again. You don't have to stop. She knew she shouldn't speak, but she couldn't help herself. And what did you do, Matthias? What did you do to me in your dreams? The ship listed gently. The lanterns swayed. His eyes were blue fire. Everything, he said as he turned to go. Everything. Damn! You wanted that pussy. Well, that pussy. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. He wanted her. Damn. He wanted her bad. Oh my god, I didn't expect them to have such a conversation so early. Wow. Wow. I guess when you're in close quarters and it's the dead of the night and you're alone, it doesn't really freaking matter. What did we think? They were getting a little, you know, a little crazy there. But that brings us to the end of chapter 14. OMG, I'm so hungry. Give me a second to stuff my face, guys. Oh my god, yam. Yam. Yeah, I'm sorry. I missed this food. I haven't had it in years. It's not the end. I'm just eating. We're reading one more chapter. Woo! That was kind of spicy. So that's a glimpse of what is to come when it comes to these two characters. The sexual tension between them is absolutely delicious. They've got so much going on for them, both with the history that they share and with the everything else. Wow, okay. Anyways, let's continue. Let's see. Damn, that was kind of steamy. Just a little bit. Oh, and we finally get a chapter. Well, we already had a chapter from his perspective. Well, we get another one. So far, he and Jesper have been the ones with the least perspectives. We've gotten more perspectives. I think the most perspective we've gotten is from Ine, followed by Kaz, followed by Nina, and now followed by Jesper and Matthias, right? So we haven't gotten a single one from Wyland Van Eck. What a way for the author to tell us that he's kind of irrelevant right now. They don't give a fuck about him. They're only talking about the core five. Wyland is technically an outsider. He's only here as leverage against his father, who was the one who commissioned Kaz and the dregs. Wait. For this job, for this heist, right? So it makes sense that we're not hearing much from him. I don't think he has much to say. It's just going to be a lot of overwhelm and I don't know what I'm doing and bolstering and definitely trying not to seem as clueless as he probably is. But we got to give him some credit. Like, he seems pretty confident in his demolition skills. So maybe he'll come in clutch. I'm pretty sure he came in clutch in the fight on the boat, right? With Jesper, from Jesper's perspective. Because he blinded everybody, didn't he? He did like a bright white light. A really bright one. And he was like, Jesper, close your eyes. And then he blinded the enemies, which made it easier for the dregs to take them out. So maybe he's got some hidden levels to him, but we'll find out. For now, I'm just gonna grab a couple more bites. Thanks for the hydrate. I missed yam, guys. I missed eating yam so much. I'm so happy right now. You have no idea. Thank you. I will crack this back. I will. Oh my god. Awesome. Okay. All done. Okay. Chapter 15. Our last chapter of the day before we move on to works from the community. And this is also the last chapter of part 2. After this, we get into part 3. We're officially like almost halfway through. I think when we get to part 4. No, wait, when's part 4? Yeah, I think part 4, which is in like 6 or 7 chapters, will be the official end of part will be oh wait will be the official middle of the book. I don't know though. Maybe we'll reach it before then. Gotta fix that bag of Lay's you got in your back. Okay. You love saying that, but it's funny because you're not wrong. It's funny because I didn't think that at this age I would be getting bags of Lay's in my back, but I guess that's just what happens when you work a sedentary job. I need to go back to the gym. Anyways, when he emerged on deck, it's crunchy, so it's a bag of Lay's, but it could also be like leaves. It could be like, you know what? I actually like Lay's, the salted one, only salted. I don't care for any other type of like. I guess sour cream and onion sometimes can be really good. It depends. But I don't like the way my mouth smells after I eat sour cream and onion chips. No, Lucy, it's a bag of Lay's. Okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Joe. All right, let's get started with Matthias's perspective. Let's sink back into this extremely fucked up young man and see what he's thinking. When he emerged on deck, Matthias had to head straight for the railing. All of these canal rats and slum dwellers had easily found their sea legs, used to hopping from boat to boat on the waterways of Ketterdam. Only the soft one, Wylan, seemed to be struggling. Even Matthias calls him soft. I feel kind of bad for Wylan. Okay. Only the soft one, Wylan, seemed to be struggling. He looked as poorly as Matthias felt. It was better in the fresh air, where he could keep an eye on the horizon. He'd managed sea voyages as a Driscoll, but he'd always felt more comfortable on land, on the ice. It was humiliating to have these foreigners see him vomit over the railing for the 3rd time in as many hours. At least Nina wasn't here to witness that particular shame. He kept thinking of her in that cabin, ministering to the bronze girl, all concern and kindness and fatigue. She looked so weary. It was a mistake, she'd said. To have him branded as a slaver, tossed onto a cut ship, and thrown in jail? She claimed she tried to set things right. But even if that were true, what did it matter? Her kind had no honor. She'd proven that. Someone had brewed coffee, and he saw the crew drinking it from copper mugs with ceramic lids. Damn, okay, wait. Let's move. Wait, it's not moving. Oh, there it is. With ceramic lids. The thought to bring Nina a cup entered his head, and he crushed it. He's such good boyfriend material. Look at him. He didn't need to tend to her or tell Brecca that she could use relief. He clenched his fingers, looking at the scabbed knuckles. She had seeded such weakness in him. Come on, it's not weakness to be in love. Also, I think she owed you one after you kind of captured her and almost enslaved and killed her. Just consider it even. It cancels out. You've been in jail, you captured her, and she nearly drowned in a shipwreck. Even Steven. You were only in jail for a year. Honestly, a year is enough, especially with the inhumane conditions of that particular jail. Whatever. Brecca gestured Matthias over to where he, Jesper, and Wylan had gathered on the forecastle deck to examine plans of the ice court, away from the eyes and ears of the crew. The sight of those drawings was like a knife to his heart. The walls, the gates, the guards. They should have dissuaded these fools, but apparently he was much as a fool as the rest of them. Why aren't there names on anything? Brecca asked, gesturing at the plans. I don't know Yerden, and we need the details right, Wylan said. Helvar should do it. He drew back when he saw Matthias's expression. I'm just doing my job. Stop glaring at me. No, Matthias growled. Here, Cass said, tossing him a tiny clear disc that winked in the sun. The demon had propped himself on a barrel and was leaning against the mast. His bad leg elevated on a coil of rope, that cursed walking stick resting on his lap. Matthias liked to imagine breaking it into splinters and feeding them to Brecca one by one. He's a very angry little boy. There's a lot of violence in him. He'd fit very well into this gang, to be honest. Alright, what is it? One of Rask's new inventions. Wylan's head popped up. I thought he did demo work. He does everything, said Jesper. Wedge it between your back teeth, Kaz said as he handed the discs to others. But don't bite down. Wylan started to What the frick is this dryness in my throat? Give me a second. I need to hydrate again. Okay, all good. Wylan started to sputter and cough, clawing at his mouth. A transparent film had spread over his lips. It bulged like a frog's gullet as he tried to breathe, eyes darting left and right in panic. Jesper started laughing, and Kaz just shook his head. I told you not to bite down, Wylan. Breathe through your nose. I wonder what this contraption is. Let's find out. The boy took deep inhales, nostrils flaring. Easy, said Jesper. You're going to make yourself pass out. What is this? Asked Matthias, still holding the tiny disc in his palm. Kaz pushed his deep into his mouth, wiggling it between his teeth. Baleen. I plan to save these, but after that ambush, I don't know what kind of trouble we may run into on the open sea. If you go over and cannot come up for air, wiggle it free and bite down. It will buy you 10 minutes of breathing time. Less if you panic. It's some sort of breathing device if they fall into the sea? But like if you're in the middle of sea, what does 10 extra minutes get you? You're in the middle of the sea. You need something where you're not constantly like swimming. Thank you for the lurk, by the way, Jack Dunyan. Alright. If you go over and click yeah. Less if you panic, he said with meaningful look at Wylan. He gave the boy another piece of baleen. Be careful with that one. Then he tapped the ice court plants. Names, Helvar. All of them. Reluctantly, Matthias picked up the pen and ink Wylan had laid out and began to scratch in the names of the buildings and surrounding roads. Somehow, doing it himself felt even more treasonous. Part of him wondered if he could simply find a way to separate from the group once they got there, reveal their location, and thereby win his way back into the good graces of his government. Would anyone at the ice court even recognize him? He was probably believed to be dead, drowned in the shipwreck that had killed his closest friends and Commander Broom. Oh, Commander Broom died. Yes, W. I hated that guy. He had no proof of his true identity. He would be a stranger who had no business in the ice court. And by the time he got anyone to listen, you're holding back, Brecker said, his dark eyes trained on Matthias. Damn, Kaz Brecker misses nothing. Yo, let the guy reminisce. Matthias ignored the shiver that passed through him. Sometimes it was like the demon could read minds. I'm telling you what I know. Your conscience is interfering with your memory. Remember the terms of our deal, Helvar. All right, Matthias said, his anger rising. Oh, wait. I accidentally skipped a page too far. 1 second. The fuck? There we go. Aww. What the freak? Since when could I do that? Okay. Remember the terms of our deal, Helvar. All right, Matthias said, his anger rising. You want my expertise? Your plan won't work. You don't even know my plan. In through the prison, out through the embassy? As a start, it can't be done. The prison sector is completely isolated from the rest of the ice court. It isn't connected to the embassy. There's no way to reach it from there. It has a roof, doesn't it? You can't get to the roof, Matthias said with satisfaction. The Druskel spent 3 months working with Grisha prisoners and guards as part of our training. I've been in the prison, and there's no access to the roof for exactly that reason. If someone manages to get out of his cell, we don't want him running around the ice court. The prison is totally sealed off from the other 2 sectors in the outer circle. Once you're in, you're in. Damn. I don't like the sound of that. That sounds dangerous. I did not like the sound of that at all. Okay, there's always a way out. Kaz pulled the prison plan from the stack. Why did I read that so fast? There's always a way out. Kaz pulled the prison plan from the stack. 5 floors, right? Processing area and 4 levels of cells. So what's here? In the basement? Nothing. A laundry and the incinerator. The incinerator. Yes, where they burn the convicts' clothes when they arrive. It's a plague precaution, but as soon as the words left Matthias's mouth, he understood what Brecker had in mind. Sweet Gel, you want us to climb 6 stories up an incinerator shaft? When does the incinerator run? If I remember right, early morning. But even without the heat, he doesn't mean for us to climb it, said Nina, emerging from below decks. Cass sat up straighter. Who's watching Ina? Rotty, she said. I'll go back in a minute. I just needed some air. And don't feign concern for Ina when you're planning to send her climbing up 6 stories of chimney with only a rope and a prayer. The Wraith can manage it. The Wraith is a 16-year-old girl currently lying unconscious on a table. She may not even survive the night. She will, said Kaz. And something savage flashed in his eyes. Matthias suspected that Brecker would drag the girl back from hell himself if he had to. Jesper picked up his rifle, running a soft cloth over it. Why are we talking about scaling chimneys when we've got a bigger problem? And what's that? Kaz asked, though Matthias had the distinct impression he knew. We have no business going after Boyul Bayur if Pekka Rollins is involved. Who is Pekka Rollins? Matthias asked, turning the ridiculous syllables over in his mouth. Kirch names had no dignity to them. He knew that the man was a gang leader and that he lined his pockets with proceeds from the Hell Show. That was bad enough, but Matthias sensed there was more. Wyland shuddered, pulling at the gummy substance on his lips. Only the biggest, baddest operator in all of Ketterdom. He has money we don't have, connections we don't have, and probably a head start. Jesper nodded. For once, Wyland is making sense. If by some miracle we do manage to spring Boyul Bayur before Rollins does, once he finds out that we're the ones who beat him to it, we're all dead men. Pekka Rollins is a barrel boss, Cass said. No more, no less. Stop making him out to be some kind of immortal. There's something else going on here, thought Matthias. Brecker had lost the thrum of violence that seemed to drive him earlier when he'd murdered Uman, but there was still a lingering intensity in his words. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. Alright. Matthias felt sure that Kaz Brecker hated Pekka Rollins, and it wasn't just because he'd blown up their ship and hired thugs to shoot at them. This had the feel of old wounds and bad blood. Jesper leaned back and said, You think Per Haskell is going to back you when he finds out you crossed Pekka Rollins? You think the old man wants that war? Kaz shook his head, and Matthias saw real frustration there. Pekka Rollins didn't come into this world dressed in velvet and rolling in Cruz. You're still thinking small. The way Per Haskell does, the way men like Rollins want you to. We pull off this job, divvy up that hole, we'll be the legends of the barrel. We'll be the crew that beat Pekka Rollins. Maybe we should forget approaching from the north, said Wyland. If Pekka's crew has a head start, we should head straight to Hereholm. The harbour will be crawling with security, Kat said, not to mention all the usual customs agents and lawmen. The south? Through Rafka? That border is locked down tight, Nina said. It's a big border, said Matthias. But there's no way to know where it's most vulnerable, she replied, unless you have some magical knowledge about which watchtowers and outposts are active. Besides, if we enter from Rafka, we have to contend with Rafkans and Fjerdans. What she said made sense, but it unnerved him. In Yerda, women didn't talk this way, didn't speak of military or strategic matters. But Nina had always been like that. Oh, so he comes from a racist and sexist. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm still confused how she fell for him, bro. Hi, Musie. What's up, darling? Thank you so much for the daily. Thank you for the daily. Thank you for the daily. Thank you for the daily. And you're right. I need to hydrate my fucking throat. Okay. We're almost done. Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm just trying to scroll up a bit, but it's not letting me, so... Alright, there we go. We enter from the north as planned, Cass said. Jesper knocked his head against the hole, and cast his eyes heavenward. Fine. But if Pekka Rollins kills us all, I'm going to get Wyland's ghost to teach my ghost how to play the flute, just so I can annoy the hell out of your ghost. Brekka's lips quirked. I'll just hire Matthias's ghost to kick your ghost's ass. My ghost wouldn't associate with your ghost, Matthias said primly, and then wondered if the sea air was rotting his brain. That's so funny. Just a little bit of banter to end it. And that is the end of chapter 15 and the end of part 2, as we can see. Oh, now we're down to part 3, Heartsick, which we shall read next week, Wednesday. I can do a 2-page view. Annotations, present, document properties. Damn, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could do all of that. All right. So that brings us to the end of chapter, what's its face, whatever it's called, chapter 15, sorry. We're down to part 3, Heartsick, and the next person we need to be, that we'll be seeing things from, is Ina. She lives, yay. So that's definitely my ghost would kick your ass. Ghost's ass. 12-year-old behavior, really 12-year-old behavior, and it is a pretty good place to end. But let's not forget that these are kids. The oldest person here is Nina, aged 19. Everybody else is 16 to 17, 18 years old. They're children, right? Yes, they're toughened children that were forced to grow up too fast, but they're still kids. So I really like, actually, that the book gives us these moments of levity between them, where we kind of remember how young they are, because I don't think that's something we should forget. They're not adults. They're by no means qualified for this job. It's still making me question why the hell they were hired by Van Eck. Like, yeah, he stole your painting from your maximum security room, but that's entirely different from bursting out a wanted individual from the biggest maximum security prison in the whole world. You don't send a bunch of teenagers to do that, no matter how great their reputation at stealing stuff is. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know, whatever, we'll see. I suspect Van Eck might have some other form of like hidden intentions that we wouldn't know until the end of the book, but for now they're on their way. Unfortunately, Pekka Rollins is after them, and he's apparently the big baddie for now. He's the huge, worst, biggest, baddest gang member in Cutterdom, and he's the one who hired all those people to kill them, and sent Uman and all of them after, and had Ine almost bleed out and die, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that's what happened. We're done with this. Now it's time for us to read and continue from where we stopped with Milu's book. I don't know if y'all will need a recap there. I think you would, and I'll be more than happy to give you one, but we have ads in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. So we're gonna do, and I promise this one is gonna be a lot shorter, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be sitting here eating. So we're gonna do one more word game, worms on stream, and yeah. But for now, what do we think? What did we think? I think that those were a nice 1.25 chapters, because there really wasn't much to read. But I did want more time to read out Milu stuff and hopefully play some games. So yeah. It's giving my dad is stronger than your dad. It is giving that. Or like, my brother is gonna beat up your brother. My brother is stronger than your brother. My brother's cooler than your brother. Whatever. My sister is prettier than your sister. It really is childish, but I love that we have that glimpse into the fact, that glimpse into their age, right? Because at the end of the day, they are kids. They're a bunch of teenagers that are biting off a lot more than they can chew. Yes, some of them were soldiers. Yes, they grew up in the slums. Yes, they're gang members who are used to bodies and violence and having to fight to survive and fight for scraps, but they're still kids at the end of the day. So yeah, let's not forget that. The only person who's acting his age in this entire thing is Wylan. You know what I'm saying? Wylan is the only one who's acting his age, and they call him soft, right? We've got an ex-convict, we've got a gang leader, we've got like not an sex worker, because I don't think she ever ended up doing sex work. She was just almost doing it. But we've got an ex-gymnast, we've got a like ex-soldier, 2 ex-soldiers, but one of the soldiers is the ex-convict, and we've got a gambler junkie, adrenaline junkie who likes to shoot things. So it's a very eclectic group of people. And then Wyland Van Eck being there is also funny, because Skills, plays the flute, is a demolitionist, is also a rich kid. Like, it's funny. But yeah, guys, ads in a minute. Let us move over and play some worms on stream while I eat over here. And I will leave you guys to fuck shit up. Thank you for listening. We'll be back to read Milu's, to continue Milu's story. I'll give y'all a recap for those who were either not here last week or who have forgotten what happened. Anyway, see you soon. Well, Dan, you and I tried. We did good, in my opinion. Thank you for using your big brain. Let's get back to things. Okay. Just drinking water. Okay. I'm gonna pull up Milu's thingy about Jiggy, my bubby. Jiggy. But first, yeah, there. Heidi. And then I wonder what game we shall play. That's not the one. That is the one. What's that? Huh. I don't know. Alright. Roll me. Irresponsible. Roll me. I wonder where we stopped. Does anyone remember? I think I'll remember. Let me just scroll through for a second. 1 second. Oh, yeah. He's recovering after his dad fucking beat him up. Yeah. 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 That's where we were. His mom was treating his wounds. So sad. Okay. Let's get back to it. Let me show y'all. Y'all probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So let me show y'all. Where is it? Hello? No, that's not it. Wait. Do I have to open it in like a... Wait, 1 second, guys. There it is. Okay, y'all should be able to see it now. Okay, so recap of Milu's awesome story. Also, let me tag Milu. There we go. And then I will give them a quick call. Why did I put it here instead of Discord? I'm a baka. Don't look at me. I'm a baka. If anyone is sharing chat with Milu right now, like they're in a chat that Milu happens to be in, please let me know. I think I know for myself, but just to be safe. On red. And then over here. Alright, I have texted her. And I'm calling her presently on the Discord. Y'all can hear the call. Get on. No. Alright, sorry, I panicked. I didn't want them to say something and mistakenly, like, you know, dox us or something. But that's my bad for not letting them know I was gonna call them. Let's see. They should be arriving anytime soon. Okay, so recap. we meet our main character, a man called Benga. He's just returned from war, right? And he's home, and he realizes something fishy, right? First, he wants to go see his like I was summoned through a vortex shore. First, he wants to go see his favorite sex worker, but he finds out that she's dead, right? And he pours out a drink in commiseration, and idly wonders if there's anybody else who's like, thinking of her now that she's dead and stuff. He goes home to discover that his mother's rooms have moved, and he's confused, but he's like, okay. So he goes to see her, and then he goes to see his father, and his father is like, I didn't know you were reading this today. Didn't I say last week, from now on, Book Nook Wednesdays is not just for reading books, but it's for reading works of prose and writing by the community, and you are part of the community. So yeah, we only read till page 21. Only till page 21. Okay. Oh, okay. So only till chapter 1. So then we should finish it within the stream then. But yeah, so he finds out that his father has some nasty plans for him, and that his father has taken a new wife, which is kind of the reason why his mother got kicked out of her old rooms, because his father kicked her out and was like, oh, you don't need to stay in these rooms anymore because your son is off to war, so he doesn't like need to be, not even your son, our son, he's his dad too, like his biological father, right? So like, I'm gonna give it to my new wife who's young enough to be my freaking daughter, I assume. Milu, is that true? Milu, is that true? I am in fact the crow, yes. So essentially, he discovers that is why his father has kicked his mother out. He, not out, but two different rooms, to smaller rooms. It's, even though she is the first and legal wife, right? Yes, she is that young, of course. Freaking weirdo. And so his and he has this, of course, misplaced aggression towards this new wife, despite the fact that she couldn't have been able to control this older, much more powerful man, because his father, Benga's father, Abanikondo, holds position in the court, right? So he's a military man, so he's got military honors, so he's powerful, right? And not somebody who's easily told no to. So we find out that his father has plans for him to be married off in 2 weeks. Like, his father has already bartered for his marriage somewhere without him even being home. Before he'd even returned home, his father had done this, but he doesn't know yet who he's marrying. He's never met this person. He doesn't know what's going on. When he tells his mother, she's extremely upset and goes and tells him that they should go beg his father for at least more time, right? She gets there only to find out that the father, her husband, is hosting his fellow military colleagues, and she, kneels and she apologizes, but she tells them that she has to speak to her husband on an important matter of house, and that scene is apparently embarrassing for her to dare to speak to her own husband in her own home. But whatever, it's a patriarchal society. She's not supposed to be seen or heard unless called for. So anyway, he indulges her, and she's like, why is it that I haven't seen my son for so long, and now he's home and you're already sending him away from me? Please reconsider. And he pretty much blows his fucking top off and tries to hit her. And the son steps in. Benga, our main character, steps in trying to protect his mother and gets beat up instead. So the next time we see Benga, he is hurt and recovering, and his mother is pretty much crying over him and telling him that it's her fault, that she married wrongly. She's the one who brought him into the world. And so his poor mistreatment at his father's hands is due to her fault, pretty much her birthing him, essentially. And we get some lore drop that he was sent off to war, and his father doesn't care about his accomplishments or care about him, and war was where he lost his brother, essentially. So he had an older brother who his father apparently preferred. He was the heir, the first son, the pride of his father's eyes, but then he died. And somehow he doesn't seem to measure up to his brother's legacy. So, really sad stuff. Lots of trigger warnings for domestic violence, sexism, lots of sexism, bordering on misogyny, even. And yeah, so sexism is different from misogyny. So sexism is just stereotypes based on gender, and misogyny is just straight up hating women. So there seems to be a little bit like main guy is sexist, but Abanikonda I think hates women, at least when they're not, you know, young enough to be his daughters and exploitative and submissive and stuff. And apparently, yeah, main guy's mother even goes to tell us that his new wife was quote unquote pregnant, but then she lost the baby and accused Benga's mom of being the reason she lost the baby, right? So, but she's pregnant again, right? Is she pregnant again, Milu? Or was he just saying that weird stuff about the child in her womb last time for no reason? Just let me know. Anyway, this is the story recap so far. We're gonna get started and see where this chapter takes us. Yeah, she's been re-impregnated. Ugh, okay. Damn. Damn. Anyways, yeah. She's pregnant again. And Benga is about to be married off. So let's see what happens. According to the author, Milu, we can only read up until page 21. Phrasing was wild. I'm glad you realized it because holy freak. Anyways, let's get started. And let's read this thing. So yeah, this is where his mother is essentially saying that you've suffered because of me. Blame me, curse me, because I'm the one who, you know, brought you into this world. Okay. So that's where we stopped, right? Was once again alone, only now deprived of the many dim stars and their company. Let me reduce the volume of the music and pull y'all up here. Okay, are we ready? Let's do this. He had slept for a couple of days, and the atmosphere of the house was once again grim. The slave jostled him, begging him to wake. By the way, trigger warning, this story also has slaves. Yes, just like the last one we're reading. The slave jostled him, begging him to wake in fear of his life. His first emotion in days was one of disdain. He shut the glare at the slave, who pulled back and bowed their head so as not to meet his eyes. He pulled his legs out of bed to a splitting headache. The slave offered an arm to support him, but Benga swatted it away instead of laying his head in his own hands, waiting for the pain to subside. Is this page 21? No, it isn't, but it's close. Where is my mother? He asked. Great mother is preparing your carriage, sir. Your father demands you leave at once. The marriage profession sent word they will be at Oyoile in 3 days. You talk too much, Benga said spitefully, still clutching onto a now worsening headache. Where is my father? The slave stayed silent. Are you deaf? No, sir. You want me to ask you again? He threatened. He's in the side hall, sir. He sent me to wake you. At that very moment, the sound of breaking glass ripped through Benga's mind, causing him agony in his seated position. I don't care, came a voice from just outside of his room. If you had to dress his corpse, do so, came the muffled tantrum of his father. I guess he's no longer in the side hall, Benga said almost playfully. He climbed back into bed, resting his head on the cotton-stuffed pillow. Please, sir, the slave begged him, bringing his head to the floor. Just a bit more, Benga insisted, unfazed. So we can see he doesn't really have respect for people. He don't give a fuck. But, apparently he goes through a lot of character development. Otherwise, Milu would not be able to write a character like this and, like, stand them for long. He had never been so humiliated in his life. His dada, is it dada? Because I don't have the right, like, thingies to know which pronunciation. Anyways, his dada, once akin to the mane of a lion, the crown of a warrior. This is his hair, by the way. He's just talking about his hair, the style it's in. I think Dada is like locks, right, Milu? Yeah, I think Dada is just old Yoruba way of saying locks, essentially. Or sorry, the current Yoruba way of saying locks. Dreads, yeah? Okay. His Dada, once akin to the mane of a lion, the crown of a warrior, was pulled up into an elegant lady shuku, and his head was adorned in a beaded gele. The beads dropped down in beautiful lines from his head, where the gele lay, to the small of his neck. He had once thought the bridal style so elegant and arousing, yet he felt disgusted within its current context. His silken abada was of foreign brocade, pulled in with silk at the waist, topped with a sheer linen muslin skirt. What the fuck even is this nonsense, he thought to himself. He had neither moved nor protested much during the dressing process, as his headache got worse and worse. He had sent for the house's physician, but was told to wait on account of his Abanicondas checking his wretched word piece for pregnancy. Finally, the physician arrived, and the look on the fucker's face filled him with rage. He looked ridiculous. Dan, you're just coming in for at a certain timing. He looked ridiculous. Everyone could tell he looked ridiculous. Who would do this to their own son? It remains only to cut off his manhood. The thought scared him more than he thought it would. The physician packed his beads out of the way to meet a scowl on his face. First son, if you wouldn't mind. First son, he replayed. First son, he replayed the phrase in his mind. Had he ever been the first son? He wished his brother had still been alive. After feeling his forehead and temples, checking his tongue, and reaching through his abada the nerve to check his pulse, the physician pulled back, careful not to turn his back on the noble, to give his prescription. Benga tried to rest his head, but the darned hairstyle wouldn't let him. The beads weighed heavy. The beads weighed his head down heavily, and everything from the gillet to the waist tie to the stupid linen muslin was too tight. Even what he had been used to. Even what he had been used to, such as bead bracelets and anklets, had been tripled, and likewise the discomfort they brought. He thought to himself, were women always this fucking uncomfortable? Yes. The answer is yes. Until we choose to shed like societal expectations and just dress for comfort, yes. Headache even worse than before. The physician finally appeared with a smoothly rolled tiny green ball, a piece of parchment, and a bag of dried herbs. Oh yeah, oh, he greeted officially. Ekui joku. This is the list of herbs. This bag will stop talking. Yes, ma, Amisa. Benga shot a filthy look towards the physician. But not only was it fully obscured by beads, the rapid motion had only caused the beads to slap him instead. Defeated, he turned his head to the side. The physician had gotten on his knees sometime in the interaction, and from there, handed the bags and prescription to a maid being sent among Benga's escorts. She was a sexy young lady, full lips, rounded figure. He would have made a move if he weren't in such a ridiculous getup. She presented him the bowl with beautifully hennaed hands, and only Eledumare stopped him from asking her to feed it to him. He took the pill and waited for it to take action. His mother came into the chamber, also fully made up and adorned. He looked down, feeling emasculated and small. Morayo's eyes filled with tears as her son sat there defiled by order of the man she chose. She bit the inner flesh of her mouth and pondered standing still, whether to run from it all. Having no concrete plan, she decided to think about it over the next 3 days. Oh yeah, don't sulk, she cooed, going to meet her son. She raised him up to a standing position and took a good long look at him. She could only stomach to utter a faint Igbeyawo. Igbeyawo means wedding procession. It literally translates to the carrying of the wife, right? So it literally just means getting married. In Yoruba land, when you're getting married, the wife is put in a sort of palanquin that is carried by men. And she's like She leaves with a procession to her husband's house. So there's servants carrying like things she'll need, clothes, and then of course, I think the bride price or is the dowry. I don't know the difference between bride price and dowry actually. But she's carrying a lot of things that's supposed to help her in her new life as a new wife in her husband's house. So yeah, she travels on a palanquin while dressed to the nines essentially, and she from her house that she grew up in, her childhood home to her new family home with her husband, which Anyways, God, I must look really stupid. This is going to be a fucking spectacle. I don't even want to think about the troop, he thought to himself, as his mother led the awkwardly tall and ill-comported he to the wife's palanquin. He stepped onto the ladder and up into the raised palanquin onto a carpet of flowers. He remembered this scent. How fitting. Ife, his beloved sex worker, bathed in these flowers before serving him. Yikes. He hesitated to step fully into the palanquin. The family's guests surrounded him. He hopped in and applause erupted from the crowd. The band began to play. That's right, the procession will also include music because everybody is celebrating. And all the guests of the Ibeya will also be there. At least the guests from your father's house to your husband's house. Milu, we're getting a call if you wouldn't mind taking that really quickly. He hesitated to step fully into the I've already read that part. I don't think the palanquin is common in Yoruba land. Yeah, not the you don't think the palanquin I think it's used by rich nobles. Why am I getting bonked? Hi Ford, I will stretch and I will hydrate. Thank you. You didn't need to bonk me for it. But thank you. Yum 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 yum. Self-care more. I will I love myself. I self-care all the time. Okay, I've stretched. Okay, wait, I'm still stretching. Actually. Oh, my legs needed that, to be honest. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, let's see. The last picture of his home. Oh wait, the band began to play, beating drums, singing, and playing the stupid goji. He sat there silently. Goji is a type of instrument, I believe. I've forgotten. Can I lash him? Nah, I don't. Joe, your hand is itching to lash people. Most people walk because they're poor. Yes, the palanquin is a thing that rich people do in Yoruba land. It's not everyone that can afford a palanquin. Yeah, so usually the wife would just walk to her new husband's house and stuff. Anyway, he sat there silently, his headache barely subsiding as the palanquin's cover was put over him, obscuring him fully. The last picture of his home, his father exited hastily and his mother's tear-stained face before him. Sat alone in his perfumed box, he felt ridiculous, lonely, and deeply uncomfortable. Damn, I want to feel sorry for him. Alright, we've got 2 pages left. Milu, do you want us to stop here? Or like, okay, so page 21 for realsies. Got it. That's a squeaky string instrument. Oh, okay. I want people to cause problems. Not really. Bruh, this is unrelated, but I'm playing through Telltale's Walking Dead, and I hate my brain because unprompted we get introduced to Kenny's new girl. My fucking brain played that audio clip from Ghost Stories. Well, at least he's not racist. Near spicy wrinkles, they do weird shit. Is it that one where it was like, imagine a big black man chasing you, and the boy like squeals and then falls to the floor? Feel free to do as you like. Stopping is okay. No, we only have 2 pages left. I'm not stopping. I was just asking you if I was overdoing it, but I realized that the page is not yet 21. You must be tired. There's food too. Self-care. Obviously, I'm self-caring, and I ate. I'm eating. Did you eat? It's you that I'm worried about. I just need to make more eggs because I'm already out of eggs, and I still have like a whole yam and a half left. Anyways, you must yam slice, not a whole yam. A whole yam would kill me. Okay, anyways. He sat in that palanquin for the rest of the evening as the merrymaking continued outside. He thought of the conversations with Abanikonda right before he had been dressed. Abanikonda came into his room, having thrown a fresh tantrum in the side hall. He kicked the slave out of the way and sat at the foot of Benga's bed. Damn, there's no need for such a treatment, but he is a dickhead. He took a deep breath, signaling to, I'm someone who mistreats his wife and son, definitely has no regards for enslaved individuals. So he took a deep breath, signaling to Benga that he wanted to talk. Benga unglued his head from his pillow and sat up, steadying his splitting skull. Abanikonda, why did I say it like that? Abanikonda looked at him and Benga likewise into the cold, dead eyes of a man he once called father. His face was a quarter that of his older brother, the other 3 parts being his mother's features. And while the curves and position of the eyes were the same, Tomiwa's were never that cruel. One second, guys. Need to double check something. Oh. I'm just gonna quickly drop this here. By the way, cancel your nitro. Alright. Let's see. His face was a quarter that of his older brother, the other 3 parts being his mother's features. And while the curves and position of the eyes were the same, Tomiwa's were never that cruel. Everyone can misunderstand me, Abanikonda began. But not you, my last legitimate heir. Benga would have scoffed if he'd had the balls to do so, but instead he remained silent. When your brother died, I was bereaved, and I admit, I wrongfully blamed you. Benga's radix twitched. I couldn't get over the loss of such a stallion of a son. You can notice that even with the son he claims to love so much, the one that he's mourning, his first son, he doesn't even see him as a person. You know? He calls him a stallion of a son, which implies that he was mostly happy about his achievements and his strength at that age, not necessarily because of him as a person. This Abanikonda character sucks, is all I'm trying to tell you. He's a horrible, horrible father. A horrible father. Anyways, let's continue. Yep, that exact one. Glad to see that I got it right, Ford. Alright, let's continue. I couldn't get over the loss of such a stallion of a son. And don't get me wrong, he chuckles. You were a good child. Well studied, loved, in fact, but... Anyway. But I wasn't Tomiwa, Benga completed mentally. But now I'm giving you a second chance. He stood from the bed in a self-aggrandizing manner. A chance, he continued, to truly be the first son of this household. My heir. He placed his jeweled hand gently on Benga's shoulder. Your mother's son. Rage bubbled up in Benga, but he still said nothing, and his face betrayed no emotion. When you return, Abanikonda continued, you will be Eledumare Beoga Omoye Abanikonda, the lion that feigned as a house cat, a glorious spy, the cornerstone of your nation. So this is a title. He's pretty much just saying that you will be this person. So in other words, we're getting a little bit of insight into the quote-unquote marriage that he has signed his son up for. He intends to marry him to possibly a higher official of some other nation to act as a spy. So his marriage is a sham, essentially. It's just a cover for him to spy on whoever this person he's marrying is, which is why he married him off so quickly. Don't forget that he planned all of this before Benga had even returned home from war. So he had been signing him away while this boy was fighting for his life. My own is, he must have been confident in his skills and abilities enough to know that he wouldn't have died, that he would have returned home, right? And he did not waste time in signing him off. It's crazy. The cornerstone of your nation. The fat smile on Abanikonda's lips disgusted Benga to the very core of his being. The hand on his shoulder burned like syphilis and stank like pancreas. Wow, Milu, you sure have a way with words. So this essentially means it's a very derogatory way to refer to the genitalia, private parts of a sex worker. So, yeah, that is, yeah. Anyways, you guys get the you get the joke. Me, Liu, Lamau. But yeah, anyways, he's trying. Don't forget that these men are extremely patriarchal and sexist. Like, this is how they. Ew. Anyways, but he's trying to say that he's disgusted by his father touching him like this, like putting his hand on his shoulder and stuff. The hand on his shoulder burned like syphilis and stank like that. Why not send one of my sisters? He asked through his teeth. Abanikonda's hiss was long and deep in response. Those ones, they will become accustomed to the life there and forget they're on a mission. Luckily for us, they don't discriminate, he finished in a mocking tone, before laughing and taking a turn to leave. What if I don't want to go? Benga called towards the door, the ring in his head growing louder. Abanikonda turned around in that calculated evil way he was fond of, taking steady steps towards his son. He placed one foul hand on his son's shoulders and with the other cupped his balls. What? Oh yeah, I forgot this was here. You are my sperm, he said directly into Benga's face. You go where I want and do what I want. With every word, he squeezed Benga's shoulder, all the while neither breaking eye contact nor releasing his family jewels. This time, Benga's face could hide no thread of disgust, much to the sadistic amusement of the man Abanikonda was. Milu, what is this script? You've just been apologizing for the last 6 or 7 chats. He's touching his own. It's his own he's grabbing. He's like he's bragging. He's like, oh, you came from me, so you do what I want you to do. Weirdly enough, there are men like this in Nigeria, unfortunately. So like when I was editing this the first time around, I didn't even blink. Of course I blinked because it's so weird. It's a very sick power trip. It's a power play he's doing right now, but like it is his own balls he's holding. Yes. It's a way for him to say that you come from me, you're mine, in the possessive way, and so you do what I want. You don't have a will of your own, essentially. Anyways, this time Benga's face could hide no thread of disgust, much to the sadistic amusement of the man Abanikonda was. The older man held the moment, and Benga averted his gaze, turning his eyes to the corner of his bed. The old man finally took his hand off and walked towards the door before pausing in his step. With neither man looking at each other, Abanikonda uttered one last, "Oh, and I'm a busy man. I won't be at the Igbeyawo." His other words telling him I won't be at the wedding. I'm too busy to go to the wedding I organized for you without your consent, permission, or knowledge, by the way. Benga whipped his head towards the door, only to catch the hem of Abanikonda's agbada. Agbada is a sort of regalia that men wear at like special occasions special occasions now in Yoruba land, but usually noblemen would wear agbadas all the time, I guess. But most of the time, not all the time, because there's other forms of dress. Anyways, Benga whipped his head towards the door, only to catch the hem of Abanikonda's agbada and the swishing of the curtain. Shock remained plastered on his face for a moment or perhaps a minute. He could only think to himself, not even the courtesy given to a common girl. He chuckled and called the servants to dress him, resolved to make an impact, whichever one would kill that maggot he called a father. He thought back to it now and how naive he was 4 hours ago. So we see here that he has a new determination in his heart that he will get his father killed one way or the next. I think having his father, don't forget the last time when his mother and he confronted his father about this decision to marry him off and send him away 2 weeks after he returned home. There was a particular, I want to go back to it to show you guys. He was shocked that his father would dare raise his hands towards his mother, right? Which is why he stepped in front of his mother to protect her and took the beating instead, right? And I think from that moment, he resolved in his heart that he was going to kill his father, right? Which makes sense because you just don't lay hands on my mama, right? And we see that he and his mother are extremely close. So let's see that part again because, right, he straight up just said, listen. So he had the look on his face. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, so he seized her by the throat and held his grip as she began to choke. Benga got between them, desperately clawing at his father's arm, demanding her release. Panic set into his eyes and his heart. His dad opened his hand and she dropped to the floor. Benga cradled her where she lay, looking up at his father in disbelief. So I think he knew that things between them weren't great, but he never expected him to be physical with her. So when this happened, it showed him just how little he cared and how much he was willing to hurt both her and him, right? So I think from this moment on, and especially when he told him that, yeah, the plan is for me to marry you off and stuff, he just stopped thinking of him as a father, right? Because he's this whole time he's been doing everything in his mind, at least accordingly, to try and be a good son, especially to fill the void left there by his older brother, but his father has never seen it. Now he's demoted his mother, kicked her out in favor of a younger wife, right? And now he's sending him off to be married even after he sent him off to war at a very young age. So there's no love lost between these two for very good reason. Abanikonda, the father, is a shitty guy. But this is the end of chapter 1 that we are allowed to read by Milu. Could everybody please give Milu a round of applause for this wonderful work of art? Milu, thank you so much, Milu. We really appreciate it, Milu. It looks great, Milu. Thank you for sharing it, Milu. Yeah, so that was it. What do you guys think? Do you guys have like any thoughts? Wait, let's go back here. Do we have any thoughts at all whatsoever? Non-con legal proceedings. What are you talking about, Biscuit? Sorry about the script. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was definitely not TikTok safe or even Twitch safe, I think. But I think that adds to the rawness of it, because you're just being honest. Like, I know how I felt when I was reading it for the first time. I was so sucked in. I genuinely were pissed at you that you kept on trying to explain things. I was like, hush, I'm reading. It's very interesting, Mila. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad you decided to share this with everybody else. I really think it deserves a lot more eyes on it. So it is my honor and pleasure to have read that out loud to the class, essentially. Good job, Milu. You did awesome. She did, didn't she? Super proud of her. I only wish I had experienced syphilis so I could get more authentic grasp of the story. No, you fucking don't. No, you fucking don't. What a crazy... I am the first in my generation to ever read this. Because what the fuck are you talking about? No, you do not want to have... No, you can just read about it. You don't have to have experienced syphilis to understand. Biscuit. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. Didn't you guys do that sex ed in class? Like, it's not a joke. Syphilis is not a joke. Isn't it the one that, like, gives you sores and shit? Yeah. Okay, let's not talk about this, please. Let's not talk about this, please. Thank you. Oh my god. Shenanigans indeed. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Crazy shit. Absolutely crazy. You don't remember? Okay, yeah. Still Google. You could just Google it, bro. Actually, please don't Google syphilis. The things you will see will traumatize you for life. Just even if you Google it, go straight to, like, I don't know, a forum that's talking about the feeling of having it and stuff. I don't know. I don't wanna. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. It's time for us to game. We have edges in 16 minutes. Why is it more frequent? Huh. Anyways. Okay. I'm gonna have to adjust that after stream because I thought I adjusted it to be less frequent. But all I did was adjust it to be shorter but more frequent. I guess that is the payoff. Whatever. We'll see. For now, let us go to the gaming screen. What game shall we play today, I wonder? Oh yes, Relooted. It's better for us to play Relooted because like, you know, Black History Month, I kind of want us to learn a little bit more before the month is over. This is also going to be the second to the last time I stream before the month is over. After this week, February is over, right? So, if we want to learn any more awesome stuff about Black History, we're going to play a little bit of Relooted. If the game makes me rage quit, that's on my fault. I've done my best. I've done my part. Play a horror game for real. No, I'm not going to play a horror game for free. You crazy? It's a freaking horror game. A duck ghoul for, wow, that's a lot of gold. Wow, I feel awesome. Yippee. Relooted is awesome. It is awesome. Oh, Relooted, nice. Yeah. All right, there it is. I'm gonna switch this off. I'm gonna get rid of that. Gonna get rid of that as well. I'm also gonna get rid of this. I'm also gonna getting rid of as much as possible. I'm also going to, yes God, yes God. Yeah. Thank you so very much, Biscuit, for that redeem. All right, let's move over. There we are. There it is. Are we ready? Are we ready? Personally, I'm fine with also learning Black history in any other month. Me too. Me too. Me too. Same. To me, Black history is every day. Is all day, every day. It's so integral to the history of the whole world. You find Black history everywhere, just like you kind of find white history everywhere. History is comprised of all of us, so we should always be learning history. Lurk my butt. Why are you always saying that, Milu? Thank you for the lurk. Lurk my butt? What? Okay, let's get to gaming, guys. Is it too loud, guys? Go to the VR pad for a prep mission. Nzanzi. Yeah, it is. This is why I said you love the game, like, that you should like watch it or play it or something. I need to go to the VR pad for a prep session. Damn, okay. Where's the VR pad? We've already spoken to Ndedi. Use elevator. There it is. I can't even hear it like that. You can't hear it? For real? Guys, can we all say so? You don't need time ban, show more. And you don't more understand. You don't have to like stay. I was just saying, like, you know, you'd like it. Not like you must watch it or something like that. Just, you know, you might enjoy this. Check it out in your free time, obviously. You hear it fine? It could just be me. Yeah, unfortunately, Miu. I think it might just be you, sweetheart. What's here? It's empty. Looks like we're gonna add one more team member. Alright. Fred has got a required mission for you. Training heavy heads. Okay. Nor. Okay. Oh my god. What do these people want from me? Yeah, honestly, the reason I stopped playing this game was because it made me feel stupid. The puzzles is too much for my brain. Maybe I should have played something a little lighthearted. Okay, but like, what am I supposed to do? Prof Grace's vase? Wait, haven't we already played this? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Did I choose the wrong one? I think I did. Back to hideout. What? Why did it take me here? I'm sick. You know, Steam has a family share option so you two can share your game library. Oh, Milu, did you hear that? I did not know that. Oh my god, Milu, I am so excited to. Oh my god, Milu, there's so many games I have that you will love. So many games I have that you will love, Milu. Milu. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong one. Back. It was this one. House of Horrors. Wait, why is it? Is it here? Yes, it's this one. So I was in the wrong place. How do I play it then? I'm selecting. It's not working. Hello? Yeah, I need to go back and do this one. Okay. It's not working, guys. I don't know what to do. Back. So it's selecting everything else. Back. But it's not selecting this. Do I need to talk to Fred first? What the frick is happening? Let's talk to Fred first. Where the fuck is that guy? This is the VR lab. So wait, let's go to the briefing room. No, the VR lab is where Fred is. Am I crazy? The fuke is this. Well, Grammy frustrates me. Yes! Our new shit is here. View artifacts. I'm so happy and proud of us. Why? Why, Joe? Why? I'm so glad I reduced the volume on that thing. It used to be a lot more annoying for me because I would just get jump scared for no reason. You know what? Fine. Let me start mission. I think that was... Uh-oh. I need to use... Okay. Is there a way I can... No, there isn't. I have to come here. Okay.
You locked yourself out of that area. Let's try again.
What? But how was I supposed to get past it? I thought I needed a speed boost.
You locked yourself out of that area.
Oh my god.
Let's try again.
What? Why not? You naughty, teasing me. The fukey fuck was that?
You've locked yourself out of that area.
Oh my god.
Let's try again.
Okay, so how am I supposed... Okay, clearly I'm not doing the right thing, so I should think. I need to use my brain. Okay. Maybe there's a way to go up here? No, seemingly not. So what am I supposed to do? The fuke? Maybe there's a new power I have that I forgot about.
area.
God damn it.
Let's try again.
Kale Lucy Ekale oh. You can't see it, but I bowed. Aw, thank you. How kind of you. Maybe I use this.
You've locked yourself out of that area. Let's try again.
I think I'm supposed to use the... You should prostrate yourself. That's a bit too much. Prostration is for those who are older than you, or those who are in a position of authority over you that you just want to show respect to. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's so obvious. I have to go underneath it. Look, like this.
See that guard over there?
Yep.
You mean the possessed printer?
The
Yeah?
possessed
We're gonna run into
printer.
a lot of them. Our marks are tightening security.
Boo.
So, you need to learn to identify their security settings to deal with them. Think
Mom
of it as
says
their
loves and
room.
kisses.
See how this guy's
Aww.
looking around? It's on alert. It'll challenge anyone it sees.
XOXO gossip boy, Lamau.
It could arrest you if you say the wrong thing. You need to talk your way out of that.
I need to talk my way out of
To
it.
a robot.
Exactly.
What?
Extra intel can give you plausible cover stories, passphrases, or gaps in their security protocols.
For this exercise, we programmed them to take bribes.
Huh.
That was my idea.
I see. So I have to bribe the robot. Thank you for the lurk, Milu. Not the Durban accent. Yeah, he's from Joburg, bro. They're in Joburg as we speak. So technically you're their goddess. Prostration is the least. I guess so. I guess you're right. So I have to go and bribe.
This area is off limits to unauthorized personnel.
Present cover story or offer bribe.
I'm authorized? I'm here to test security by removing the exhibits.
Stop, intruder. You are being detained. Do not attempt to flee.
Thank you for the
This is
follow.
intense.
Silence.
It would be more intense if you were really getting tased, but Fred said that wasn't safe.
Trick the gods. You need to gather information first. Try again. This time, bribe the god like we suggested.
Okay. Alright. Welcome in, by the way, Silence 939. You just got me getting caught by the guards.
See that guard over there?
You mean
Yeah.
Think of it.
If a god questions you, it could arrest you if you say the wrong thing.
Hi.
Talk your way out of that.
Welcome in, Silence.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was my
okay.
idea.
I'm supposed to lie to the robot.
This area is off limits to unauthorized.
Offer bribe.
How about I make it worth your while?
That depends on how much you think my while is worth.
I'm
20
sick.
bucks.
20 rand. What do you take me for?
Trev, why is it negotiating?
Realism. You gotta give it at least a 50, Normali.
Trev,
Yeah.
I better get this back.
Definitely.
50 whole rand. You're kidding. You're joking. Crime mommy successfully manipulate a card. I just got an achievement, guys. Crime mommy sounds so funny. But yeah, so that's interesting. I'm supposed to bribe gods now. I'm sick. All right, let's. Have we? Oh, it's already sleeping. I see. All right, let's keep going. All right, Nunu, where do I go here? Ah, this is my exit. So I need to go to the left, and then I need to. There's a guard over there, and a guard over there. There's nothing else I need to grab, so like, all this place holds nothing for me. I think what I shall do What I need to do is find a way to escape.